women are duplicitous. They like getting everything, and they usually don't get it in the same guy, which is why they get a Chad and they get a beta paycheck, like an ATM guy, right? The guy that pays all the bills.
Yeah, he's the fun guy. Husband is the beta provider. This guy is the fun, exciting Chad. Yeah,
with muscles, right?
Right. High test.
But women don't like muscles. Yeah.
Dad bod. They like the dad bod.
Of course. That's why they're banging personal trainers.
Really analyze this. I noticed that the money was kind of like a safety net for them. They want the rich guys because the rich guys have the money that will give them the lifestyle that they want. But the fun comes in with the guy who may not be rich, but also has a certain personality and has a certain edge to him that they're super attracted to, more of like the high testosterone guy, right? That like they just have like this crazy fondness of, they fantasize over. A lot of women fantasize over the personal trainer. They fantasize over the masseuse that touches them a little bit in a certain way, and they get excited and they want to do this and they want to do that. I'm not saying all women, but that happens consistently. And it got to a certain point where I was really just asking so many questions about their relationships, and they would open up. They would say a lot. They say, "Oh, well, you know, he doesn't last very long. Like it's kind of boring. Like I've never ordered."
Married women love to sing like a canary, and they'll disparage the guy paying all the bills. They'll express contempt for the guy that paid for the roof over her head, takes care of the Range Rover lease and all that shit, and sing like a canary to this dude. But go on, you know, work with a male personal trainer. What could possibly go wrong?
Orgasmed in my sex life at all. Like they would just like throw this shit out there, and they would bash the guy so much. And in my head, I'm like, but he's a millionaire. Like, bro, when I tell you, Wellesley, Massachusetts, billionaires out there, right? There are. I remember when I was waiting tables, because I did a little bit of serving at the country club, the Wellesley Country Club. The CEO of Bank of America was there. I'll never forget that. I didn't even know who he was. I served him, right? And these are the types of guys that live there. Like all the NBA players live there, everything, right? And all of their wives, I'm not saying his wife, or I'm not saying any NBA player's wife, but like a lot of these rich guys' wives would go to these trainers and they would flirt with them and they would do things with them. And it always puzzled me because I'm like, you have something safe at home. Why are you coming here and taking the risk with somebody? What if he finds out, right? But then obviously, you know, they have probably half of whatever the guy has, and they feel like they can do whatever they want. And it was just crazy to experience this stuff. And
yeah, he made a very good point there, because there's no consequences anymore. Like there's no, you don't get half of his shit if you cheat on him. It's like he can go to the gym with you, sit down, sign you up for personal training with this guy. You can bang him. He finds out about it and wants to divorce you. She still gets half your shit.
She can't lose.
Like that's off the table for her. Like there's no consequences whatsoever for women behaving like this anymore. They can still get half your shit.
Yeah, I thought it was a really interesting point that our mutual friend brought up, where it's like these guys are now so removed from their wives being, you know, these guys are, if they're really, you know, multimillionaire, 9-figure earners, billionaires, whatever, they stand to lose their entire livelihood. Like they stand to lose their ass if they get divorced or they do anything like that. So essentially what maybe you could argue is that a lot of these are propped up sort of Clinton-like marriages where cheaper to keep her, cheaper just to outsource her sexual needs or sexual fantasies. This guy is no longer interested in essentially like dating his wife or sleeping with his wife or whatever. He's really just all about self-preservation. So maybe this is a guy that doesn't care that she's at home bored. Maybe this is a guy that's like, look, it's better that she goes and runs around. Like, I don't even care about this woman. I only care about what she can do to me, which is I only care about what she can do to me in divorce court. Like, I don't care. Maybe on his business trip, he's got some stuff on the side that he's doing whatever. So maybe it's just like, look, keep it up for appearances. If I have to, you know, set her up with a 19-year-old personal trainer to keep her from, you know, running me through the divorce grinder, that's a small price to pay compared to losing half my net worth.
Yeah, no, but the downside to that is that she starts getting the flavor, and then she realizes that she can get him out of the way, get him out of the house, and still take half his shit.
Yeah.
So that she has all the benefits and all the upside without having to answer to him.
Yeah, because she still gets half. So it's not like if she breaks up the marriage, then necessarily she's going to be left with nothing.
Correct.
I mean, she'll be left with, she won't have any more money coming in. But if you're talking about billionaires, like, yeah, half $500 million. I mean, you can do a lot with that.
That's a lot of bread.
Yeah.
And they would always talk about how like he doesn't necessarily listen to me, he doesn't pay enough attention to me. I always feel like I'm alone, I'm with the kids. Like I just like want to have some fun, right? And it's tough to hear this as a man because you're like, man, what if this shit happens to me? Which again, it can happen to anybody. It can happen to me, it can happen to you, it can happen to anybody. It doesn't fucking matter. The reality is it is a possibility, right? But what I've also noticed is it's a possibility that can be reduced if you're a man who can basically do more, right? And again, this is going to piss off a lot of guys. They're like, why do I have to do more? I just don't want to date women at all. Go ahead. Don't do that, right? That's your prerogative. But I take that as a masculine man. I take that as a challenge. Like, how can I be somebody who's also fun, cool to talk to, like can actually give the woman a good experience while also getting the money as well, right? It's good to have both. But a lot of these guys will be so focused on their careers, which again, respect to them because that's super important. But the woman,
you know, would be like incredibly maniacal is if one of these guys wrapped a rich chick around his little finger, got her to divorce the guy, take half his shit, and then he finds ways to fucking snake that money out of her. That's some, I'm sure. Where's that guy, man? I want to hear that guy's story.
Yeah, I think this is an interesting point because I mean, I hear this a lot. Like we all hear this, like, oh, like women aren't worth it. The juice isn't worth the squeeze. Well, why do I have to do this to get women? Like, hopefully, blah, blah, blah. Like, cool, man. If that's not your jam, like, go ahead and whatever. I guess don't date women, but like, leave everybody else alone. Like, stop trying to poison the well. If dudes want to date women, they should be able to like go for it. But my thing is like, I think I've made this argument before that doing things that increase your net worth, that make you more money, that give you more experiences, that are going to increase your captivation, that are increase your social standing, all of the things that women find attractive in men of status, men of charisma, men of high fitness, the ability to gather resources. Even if you removed women from that equation entirely, your life is better objectively. In my opinion, I guess it's subjectively, your life is better than if you just said, I'm going to forgo all of that. I'm just going to live in a studio and pay $100 a month and have this decrepit, shitty apartment and play video games all day and eat Cheetos and be fat and miserable. Like all of those things are a worse version of life, even if you were to completely remove the women out of the equation. And the simple fact that all of these things, if you stack them all up, make you a better person, a more interesting person, a more captivating person, and it will increase your quality of life tenfold. The fact that women also find that stuff attractive and they'll come along, it's like killing two birds with one stone. Like all of those things are better. A lot of guys are like, oh, you only improve to get with women. It's like, no, you should improve because improving is awesome. Like being in good shape, like having money, being able to do whatever you want, whenever you want, with the people you want. All of that is kick ass.
The funny part of it all is that is men's number one goal is go find a wife and get married.
True.
And then they can potentially put themselves in this situation. And then when I go and say something like, make all the money in the world, go out there, put a dent in the universe, love a woman, just never live with her. You can love a woman and not live with her, right? And it's like, you can avoid all the potential downsides. I don't know.
Yeah.
Man. You guys
but they all say like, oh, like marriage isn't worth it. It's like, dude, who's telling anybody to get married? Like, if you've been on this channel for more than 2 days, wake up, man.
All right, guys, I really hope that you enjoyed that clip. If you want to check out the full-length podcast episode, you can find that right over here. Also, make sure you visit my website over here where you'll find my supplements, the opportunity to book me privately one-on-one for coaching, and most importantly, my new School of Unplugging, which you'll find on the courses tab. Newer to the channel, hit subscribe.